Hi everyone, it's Lynn Norusis with the Focus on Nova team with Century 21 Redwood Realty here with your market update. We are taking a look at what has happened in the first quarter of 2023 in the real estate market and kind of looking at what we are seeing on the ground as we are out there with our buyers and then also out there with the listings that we have. So first of all, some numbers to crunch is that pending sales are up by 14%. That was from January. We did see a big pause kind of happen in the last quarter of 2022 when interest rates were really jumping around a lot. So going off those numbers, we saw a 14% increase in pending sales into January, and that was really kind of reversing an 8-month slowdown that we were seeing because we saw the market start to slow a little bit as it came into the summer months, and then as it would normally kind of project back up, that's when the interest rates were hitting higher at that 7%. So we saw kind of that stalled market a little bit. So the good news is for those interested in the real estate market, whether you're buying or selling, we did see an increase in numbers coming into this year from what we saw the past 8 months. Now, the interesting thing that I do also want to point out is looking at what has sold in February. We're seeing 66% of people who are purchasing in February were using conventional loans, followed by 19% of the transactions were cash transactions. So that does get a little bit difficult for some buyers who can't compete with cash, but definitely watch some of our videos to understand how this final sales price is not always the trigger for why a seller would choose your offer. So stay tuned and check out our videos on that. But one thing that I do want to point out coming into the March month, now since we are still in March, we don't have those final numbers yet, but we saw, or from as of March 13th, we're sitting at a 1.24 per month supply. So we are starting to see a little bit more homes come on the market, alleviating slightly some of that inventory issue, and we do expect to see a little bit more of the homes coming on the market in the next coming weeks. So that will open up some buying opportunities for buyers, hopefully kind of lessen some of that competition that buyers are seeing right now. Now, overall, Northern Virginia home sales have increased 28.3% in February compared to January. But home sales overall are down 26.4% from last February. So what does that mean? That means that we're actually kind of starting to see a market that potentially is looking more like pre-pandemic markets. So think back to 2019 where we were seeing a little bit of a normalized market as opposed to the craziness that we have been in for the past couple of years. Now, on a personal note, from what the Focus on Nova team has been seeing so far this year, we have closed at this point or are under contract on about 16 different transactions just from January until now. And all but 2 of them, we have seen escalations in place. We have seen people waiving home inspections, appraisals, and financing. Now, while that is happening, there are other markets or other areas, and when I say markets, I'm talking, whether it's the townhome market, the single-family home market, or the condo market. We are seeing that not always happen in every single case. We actually were just able to close a deal where our clients went in at sales price and they kept their home inspection. They beat out other offers in doing that. I have also been involved in some this year where I have seen massive escalations, even more so than what I was seeing last year. So all of this is very property specific, and it's really going to determine the way that the market is going to be determined is for that specific house. How is that house priced? What are the updates to that house? What is the competition on that house? So it is unfortunately not a crystal ball. It is not a one shoe fits all homes, because it is still a competitive market. We still have historically low inventory, and we also have higher mortgage rates, which are actually in the normal range. But what those are doing is it is bringing down some of the buyer pool, because those people who were jumping in and able to do mortgages at that 2 or 3%, maybe can't or don't want to compete at the 6%, kind of hovering in around the mid 6s to 7s as to where we are over the past couple weeks. So that is what we are seeing this year when it comes to the real estate market for the first quarter of 2023. As I said, everything is going to be property specific. So if you have any questions about the real estate market in your specific neighborhood, if you are thinking of selling or if you're thinking of buying, by all means, please reach out to the Focus on Nova team and we will get you the most up-to-date information and give you the best answers that we can come across based on not only our analysis of the data, but also what we are actually seeing on the ground as we are out there with our sellers and buyers. I'm Lynn Norusis. Thank you for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.